Next speaker. Are you ready? Q, isn't it? Go by the name Q?
Yes, sir.
It's spelled like K. Q-U-E. And I was like, well, he's not Spanish. It must be Q. Can we give it up for Q? The stage is yours. Awesome.
Yes, coming to Colombia, having my name spelled has been a big mishap, but that's part of the journey over here. My name's Q, and I'm here to speak to all of you about authenticity.
Yes.
What does authenticity mean? If someone were to speak that out to me right now.
Be yourself. Being yourself.
Being yourself?
Transparency.
Transparency? Let's go for one more.
Honesty.
Honesty. Honestly, I was nervous as hell coming up here right now. But I'm going to start to feel this flow state of truly expressing myself authentically. Best way to do that, I feel, let me share my life story. Born and raised in Vancouver, Canada. Coming out of high school, I took the path of electrical, being a Red Seal electrician, blue collar. Now, good things, pros and cons coming out from there. I was able to mold a very strong sense of work ethic, which is now transformed as I've gone further in my life. Downsides of it, I wasn't surrounded by the right individuals. As the saying goes, you're around the 5 individuals around you, income level, etc. Around that. Kiyosaki quoted that. But it was such a learning curve going through the electrical path because of interpersonal skills that were developed as I was on every different job site, whether it was residential, whether it was commercial, whether it was industrial. But I remember where there was one point where I said, I am in a low frequency environment, I gotta pull myself out. I told my boss, said, yeah, hey, I'm quitting, I'm out of here. He's like, oh, like you're going to another company, you're going to another engineer, what are you doing? I'm like, no, I'm quitting electrical. He's like, what? Quitting electrical? I'm like, yeah, I'm quitting electrical. And I remember that moment very vividly. I left that job site. I took my white hard hat, slinged it into the garbage bin, rang around in the empty bin as well in the metal, and it was the most special feeling to be able to say, I'm done with this. Because people get trapped in these lifestyles. People don't have the self-awareness that things gotta change. Because people don't like that discomfort. It's not fun. But that's the growth process that we all need. So, a friend tells me to go step into, hey, you got some soft skills, interpersonal skills. Why don't you try out the world of sales? Try out the world of sales, discovered an industry called high ticket sales, ended up working for a individual in the mindset space. His name is Rob Dial. Ended up working on an offer over there, and he trained his whole team very well. It was a powerful container, because they're all about teaching customers or consumers about mindset, so the employees have to have that set as well. And he said something to our team in a meeting one day that stuck with me. And maybe you guys can resonate. In your 20s, you're figuring it out. In your 30s, you're getting shit done. In your 40s, you get what you deserve. Sounds a bit harsh, but kind of true when I heard about it. So I went through his whole journey of the mindset industry. It actually inspired me to do coaching as well. In order to be a coach, you got to be coached. So I do a little bit of sales coaching myself. Gone through that path of high ticket, at a point now where I am building my own company in the high ticket service, specifically in e-com. But why am I here in Medellin? I'm here in Medellin because Joel, who was here earlier, had created something special. And Daniel Lawson was a part of this as well, who had gave group sessions to what we have is called the Nomadic Closer House. It's essentially a mastermind / co-living for high-level individuals. And I feel so grateful to be here presently with a beautiful view, beautiful people, to share my story. 33 years later, Q Ratansi is doing public speaking. Now, people have asked me, oh, thank you. Okay. My friend here, Kenny Lou, asked me one day, coming close, he said, my legal name is Kadir. I said, why do you call yourself Q? I call myself Q because Kadir was a previous identity of myself. The 20s, he was figuring shit out. He didn't know. Coming into my 30s, I have grown out of my shell and want to share this wisdom and knowledge that I have to people who are on the same frequency. And this ties back to being vulnerable. When you are vulnerable, it takes courage. When that courage, it shows authenticity. Authenticity is what is going to create genuine connections in life. So I encourage you all to be authentic at every day in your life. Thank you.
Another fantastic message. Love it. Thank you so much. Hey, Kenny. Welcome.
Hello.
You're looking sharp this evening. You want a spot on stage? Yeah, epic message. I love that. Authenticity. We can't have it without vulnerability. But we live in this world where, we're not allowed to feel different emotions. Like as a man, it's weak to cry. Or as a woman, maybe not allowed to be angry. So then we get this passive aggression. And then we wear these masks and show up to each other like versions of ourselves. I don't think that's authentic at all. And then we're given this really shitty advice, like fake it till you make it. Anyone heard that? Anyone followed that? Like, yeah. Well, until we know any better, thank you. Thank you for your vulnerability and owning it. Well, fake it till you make it. What does that mean? Like, you just got to make it up as you go along? When I ask that, and then I'm like, and what else is important? They're like, oh, authenticity. I'm like, yeah, but you want to just fake it? Who wants to hang out with someone faking it? Versus knowing what the outcome is, knowing who we have to become, learning the competencies and the criterias and the benchmarks and showing up to that and becoming the version that we need to be in an authentic way with vulnerability, like Q has shared. So deep message, love it. Can we give it up for Q one more time? All right.